Aigbalan. Okay, we'll circle back and you can feel free to drop in chat. So,
Sorry, can you hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Good evening or good morning, wherever
Wherever
you
you
are.
Yeah.
I think we met. I think I introduced myself earlier this year. I was at the first meeting, the one we met
Ah,
January.
nice.
So I just wanted to, I got the memo, so I meant to join earlier. Apologies for joining
No
late.
worries. It's okay.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining. And I hope that we are able to spend this time together to sort of just touch base, with things because it's very easy to be coasting throughout the year. And then we get to December and we're like, voila, oh my God, how did we get here? So this is just meant to just put a check to just, ensure that we don't speed through and get to December if we need to change things, if we need to switch things up, dial things down, we're able to quickly, do that. That's the whole goal, yeah. So to everyone joining online or streaming later on, hi and welcome to Intentional 2026 Media Reset. Um, the goal for this session, like I was sharing earlier, is to one, do a quick, reflection on how 2026 has been. Actually, I won't call it quick, actually, a full, deep reflection because 2026 has been an amazing year. It's been a different kind of year for different kind of people. It's probably been surprising. It's probably had its up and down. I went through so many phases in the beginning of 2026. Like 2026 ran so fast, but yet it still ran so slow to me. I went through so many things, like life changes, work changes, and it was more like roller coaster at some point, right? But even though it's been that way, the whole goal here is one, you reflect on that, see how it shaped you, see how you reacted, see how you bounced back, see how you had amazing accomplishments, and then, just put a pause on things to think, reflect, and I think my speaker died. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so like I was saying, ensure we stay committed back again and to, you know, ensuring 2026 we get to finish strong. So, yeah, in terms of reflecting and looking back, you know, the goal here at this point is to be able to sort of look at how the year has been with a different set of eyes. And it's not like, we didn't have great eyes before. It's just majorly, sometimes life happens and then life is just going, 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 but either we don't write things down. I don't know, how other people feel, but sometimes I feel like I go through things and then I just forget to put them down or I just forget to jot them down. And then when somebody asks you how your year has been, all you probably remember is like the only bad things that has happened or something. But it's great that today, while we're talking and introducing, I was able to hear people sharing the amazing things that, they've accomplished this year, which is wonderful. So the point here is to sort of just do this quick exercise with AI. I know that we're in the world of AI and I'm sure, in one way or the other, you're using ChatGPT, you're using Claude for different kinds of things. Whether it's I want to quickly send a message, I want to quickly send an email, I want to quickly research something, I want to do this. So why not, you know, we embrace this for this important piece of our lives, right? So how this is going to work is that, let me share my screen in a better way. And while I'm doing that, Elizabeth, I just saw that you joined. If you want to, quickly say hello, introduce yourself on the chat, that would be great. So we all get to meet you. Um, let's see, screen this. Okay. 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 So sharing my screen. Yeah. So I'm gonna share this on the chat, and then I'm gonna quickly talk through it. Okay, so what I've just shared is, so this is just a page, to be able to put down all the resources we're going to be using so far. Like I said, trying to keep this, very easy and concise, but also providing as much resources as possible to sort of help you do this on your own. So I was talking about the reflecting aspect on how you can use sort of our wonderful and amazing AI to co-work with us in just doing this reflection, right? So in this resources one, the reflecting on your 2026 so far, there is this prompts that you can share with whether it's Copilot or whether it's Claude. I use both. Both of them have their strengths and weaknesses. So what I'm, encouraging you to do is one, you are definitely giving it the persona and telling it to help you reflect on the first half of your year. The goal here is that you're going to share, whether you have vision boards, whether you had goals at the beginning of the year. Hopefully you did. And then, you had anything, maybe if you journal as well, which would be really good. So being able to just sort of just paste that, it can probably ask you that as well. Then you now tell it to sort of just give you some other prompt questions to interview you so that if there's anything you've missed, it can be able to ask you those questions. And, you know, so the whole point here is to help it sort of just ask you all these questions to remember different things that have shaped your year so far. The stories, the highlight, the challenges. And then at the end of it, it's going to help you create a journal. Like it's just going to help you create like a post, not like a post, like, just like an entry, a long journal. It will give it the title of your year. It will give you how your year has been and all those things, right? So you can use any of these platforms. And if you like to chat, awesome. But I always like to use the voice note feature, which is really great because then I can just, pour out all my hearts to ChatGPT or Claude, and then they're able to take those words and do whatever they want with it, right? So that's what this exercise is all about. It's just, helping, like allowing it, to help you, think deeper into what had happened so far. And at the end of it, you being able to just have this quick, nice journal, like a story that you get to read about yourself on how 2026 has been so far, right? So, like I said, to make it easier, you could use the voice feature, which is really great. And if you had your vision board, you could maybe, if you can access it, hopefully, you can sort of just copy and paste it there. If you had goals you had earlier, you can put it there. And one of the things I do like about, I don't know if ChatGPT does this, if anyone knows, but Claude, I use Claude a lot and I use Notion as well. and I've been able to connect my Notion to Claude, and it's able to sort of read through all the things I write in my Notion because I journal sometimes. And then whenever I write things down, he's able to just pull all those information to be able to get more insight about me. So that's something you can do as well, maybe in your own free time, or if you've done it before, that's great. So if you want, all those resources, all those information, especially for this prompt, you can, get it here. You can just copy it, then, go to your favorite platform and then sort of just copy it there. All right. And then, it's going to, okay. So it's asking me, look back, what stood out most to you. And, if I'm just going to dictate to it and tell it all the things that has, happened to me so far and all that, right? So, yeah. So that's going to be, that's supposed to be our first exercise. My question is, I don't know if people I can give time if you want to try this now, or even if you want to try it later. But I would just encourage you to try it now or later. So if you are with your computers or with your phones, feel free to just go to the link. And Hilary, I saw that you're just joining. Hi, welcome. And you can feel free to introduce yourself on the group chat. And I can catch you up if you missed anything. I don't know if you. So here's the resource again that I'm sharing. And, I was just encouraging everyone to sort of, embrace this world of AI to help you, sort of maybe reflect on things. And also we're going to use some of those resources as well in terms of like going forward and resetting, right? Okay. So that's what, the prompt is going to help you do. And with that, I'm hoping that you are able to, whatever it gives back to you, hopefully it's going to be insightful. And I've tried this several times, especially, every month. For me personally, like I said, I've connected my, Claude to my Notion. So it's very interesting what it gives back to me every month because every month I tell it sort of just review how my month has been, and it's always really fascinating. So I encourage you to try it and just be fascinated with the different lens that Claude just or AI just helps you to see. Yeah. So that's about looking back, and while I'm giving space for you to be able to maybe look into it. Um, just so that I carry everyone along. Is anyone trying this now, or is it okay if I'm able to just move forward and then maybe you want to try it on your own? Just a quick check. Feel of the room. Okay, so we've just gone over this. Like I said, you just upload your goals, let it ask you question, you read the story, and then you get to celebrate how amazing your year has been so far. So now that we've gone through that phase, when you've gone through that phase, to just reflect and just, especially when you just get to just read how things have been, um now we sort of take a deep breath. We pause, we breathe, and then we try to see, okay, what's going forward is going to look like. What's I call it reset, but I wouldn't necessarily say, oh, you're pressing a, you know, button and then starting all over again. I want it to be more like I would I would say I'm seeing it more like a um a time to just, take a step back, because sometimes you can be moving and you're on a moving train and you're just going. And like I said, you don't want to get to December and feel like, oh my God, what just happened? But you want to feel like I'm able to sort of experience the year. I'm able to know what is going on in the year and I'm able to readjust. Okay, I think that's the word. So sort of readjust things. What is not working? What is working? What should I continue doing? So first of all, to sort of move forward, because I know when we started at the beginning of the year, and most of the people that are on this call, I think they were there in the first session. You know, one of the things we did was, one, whether you've created a vision board, but also writing down your goals, so that we definitely had a conversation then that it's not okay for you to just say, "Oh, I have goals," and they're in your head. Having them written down, having a structure around them to keep you accountable and to sort of just keep you on track. And then having a vision board that just helps you to visualize things and putting it in a place where you get to see it frequently. So now this is a quick check-in or exercise for that, which is, how have you been keeping track of your goals this year? So feel free to type in the chat. Did you end up having a vision board? Do you write down your goals? Do you have a journal where you just, keep track of how things are going? You using Notion, that's by the way. Do you put things in maybe your calendar? Some people, they just like to schedule every single thing. I don't want to think about it. It's my schedule. And then some people have the full planner. I did share some planners at the beginning of the year. And there's a nice set of people that just, prefer to keep things in their head. And some people that just likes to wing things, like, wherever life takes us. So, which number are you? Dolphin, I can see you're in the people that like to keep things in their head. Nice. So, yeah, maybe, Victory, Elizabeth, Larry, and our anonymous iPhone. If you want to share any, what range, what number speaks more to you? Oh wow, we're having a lot of sevens. Okay, there is a three. That's nice. Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing those insightful numbers. Um, so, well, again, this is where it's always amazing to have our wonderful AI. I don't know, well, a little permission. I know that at first when AI came, it was almost like everyone was scared, and even me, I was scared. Let's not say everyone we were all scared. AI was going to take our jobs, all those kind of things. We are still on the edge because technically it's coming for all our jobs. We keep hearing all these layoffs and all those kind of things. But the beautiful thing I've just seen so far is how much it's able to just help you offload so many things that you've always had to do, like that you've always had to carry in your head. And one of the beautiful things I like is the fact that it just helps you to take the mental, I call it mental forefront load when you have to do something. And then the fact that you just have to think of how it will come about, it takes it away. So the point here is, let's embrace AI in this aspect of our lives as well. You probably use it for work, you use it for school, you use it for your daily life. You know, you can also use it to sort of just help you in planning your year, keeping you on track, keeping you, whether committed to goals, whether just ensuring that my I know what is going on in my year, and then everything is just not sitting in your head. It's okay to have it in your head. What I'm just encouraging is today, we have Claude, we have Notion, and like I had said, one beautiful thing I liked that I was able to do with Claude, I don't know if it's in ChatGPT or any of these other AI platforms, you can try it, is the fact that you can connect it to you know, any platform you use today for maybe journaling or anything. I personally use Notion. I know some people use Obsidian or whatever. And then, you can just connect those two resources together. Like, for example, I no longer have to journal. I mean, I like journaling things, but I also don't like to type. And I'm more of a, talker. I just like to pour out my frustration out, pour out my, pour out everything. So I'm able to do that now with, this new companion. It's not replacing my friends, or no, but it's just that, when I have those pent up energy and I just need to feel like I want to put this down, I just pick it up and I'm able to just vent with it. And I tell it, oh, please create a journal entry in my Notion page. It already knows where it's going to organize things and it's able to do that for me. And I'm amazed, at the maybe later on when I'm reading it. I think I was reading one yesterday and I was like, oh, did I write this down? I didn't know. Right. So I'm just trying to encourage you, that you can offload that energy out now to our wonderful companions. It's great to have it in your head, but you can always still offload it. You don't have to like write things down. You don't have to create a, wonderful system anymore, even though some of us still go through the system without visuals to show. But I'm just saying that right now you can take things wherever you want to take them with this new world we find ourselves in. There's so much possibilities and so much that you can do now with AI, right? So anyway, that was my spiel about AI. Hopefully I don't talk about it again. But yeah, so great to see the different numbers coming in. Hyphen says six planner. Oh, that's nice. And then I see five calendar. Wow, that's good as well. I'm always amazed with people that do that. Okay, so having gone through that, in terms of looking ahead, um, what I'm encouraging here, like we said, just taking a pause, a quick reset on things. Um, we are not starting over. It's July. I mean, you've spent the past 6 months, you've accomplished great and amazing things, like we've heard today, just doing amazing things. And I'm sure you've accomplished more and more things, whether at work, whether at life, whether in different areas of life. So the goal here is not to say, oh, let's start new goals, let's create new goals, let's create new habits, right? Yeah, the purpose here is to say, okay, what exactly is working? What exactly is not working right now? Where can I change things? So, for example, I know at the beginning of the year, we had plans. We, like I said, a lot of people were here at the beginning, and I know we did sit down and we set our goals. Some of us actually did create vision boards. So, the idea here is to go back to those things. I know you probably have thrown it somewhere. You probably don't even know where it is anymore, which is fine and okay, right? Um, the idea here is to go back. Maybe if you can find it, fine. If you can't, whatever you remembered that you thought you wanted to achieve this year, just, coming back to that, like bringing yourself back to it. And I'd splitted things into these two. This is also me evolving from the beginning of the year. So I know at the beginning of the year, I'd created this wonderful goals, goal tracker, and all those things. But towards the middle, I was sort of struggling with that tracker because I'm like, there are some goals that I really want to do every month. There are some goals that I really just want to have every week. They are not like goals. They are just things that I want to keep doing. And, those are things I've called, yeah, monthly reading, which is more or less like, things that I want to continue to do. It's not really like, I hit this goal or I hit that goal, right? Like, for example, oh, maybe I want to keep exercising, I want to keep reading, or, I want to read maybe a chapter of the Bible every month, right? That is not necessarily a goal. It's more like maybe an habit, but I don't want to call it an habit because that seems, I don't know. But it was just more or less like it's just something I want to be building about myself, right? And there is now the part of specific goals that you want to achieve. Like, oh, I want to maybe run a 5K, which is one of the goals I had at the beginning of the year. And I did it. I'm so happy for that. So whether you want to launch a business, you want to launch a particular idea, all those things, those are specific goals that needs to be done at specific time, right? That I can choose to say, okay, maybe this month of August, I want to focus on this goal, right? It's not like, and I can focus on it and I can mark it done. I can say, okay, I'm done with this, been there, done that kind of thing. So at least this is also me trying to sort of reset or get to a point that you feel like what is working, what is not working. And this was one thing that I felt like I needed to sort of change a lot. Again, that doesn't mean that maybe later on it may not change or it may change, we don't know. But for now, at least this is something I have. This is a system that I felt like is makes sense going forward, right? So, and I'm just sharing that, if it also makes sense to you. And the first part is, like I said, monthly reading, which is more or less like just I gave it a theme of who do I want to become, and then writing those readings down, and then there are certain things I probably want to achieve, and for those things I set target months for them, right? So with this, you know, I would okay, let me quickly share another resource, which you may again, you may take it like this, or you may decide to, yeah, you may decide to just take this as a copy and create your own with it, with whatever tracker you have. Like I said again, it's not like I'm an advocate of these people are not paying me. Claude or ChatGPT are not paying me. I'm just I'm just, embracing it. It means I'm just, joining the it's not like I'm joining. Actually, it's been useful to me. So anyways, so you can just copy this and say, okay, I saw this and I like it, but I don't like Notion or I don't like the platform they are using. Can you help me to create something that suits me? And it will do that, like for sure, very cleanly, right? So, like I was saying, in terms of, the planner that I had to eat a, restructure on, right? Not really so much structure because this was what I had shared as well in January. The difference is these two aspects that I splitted. Like I said, you know, monthly reading, which is things that I know that I do consistently and I want to track it consistently. And things like, okay, maybe you want to, exercise every time of the week. You want to maybe try something bold, which is also one thing I would encourage you to do, which is, oh, maybe I want to always meet somebody new at work. If you work in a very large organization and you are the kind of person that don't like to talk to people and you just want to push yourself to do that, and maybe different goals, right? You want to read a particular book and all that. And then I'd said, okay, maybe targets. Most of them are probably going to be one, but if there is something that you want to do, different times, and I'd written specific notes here because maybe at specific points of the year, you want to be very specific as well. Like if you want to read a particular book, what book am I reading that month? So that I'm not just, seeing you go, I don't know, I've not decided the book. And that's how the month has gone, right? So at the beginning of every month, I sit down, I'm like, I feel all these things, Jim, that one I already know, it's set. But if I'm having a coffee chat, who do I think I want to have a coffee chat with? I write it down so that way I already know that I need to have this, I need to do this. So any specific thing that needs to just be done, I write it there. And then these are just, the months that you get to keep track of what you did exactly that month. And then, like I said, this goal aspect is now back to you, specific things you want to achieve at specific time. So, for example, you want to maybe complete a 5K race. This is a specific thing. You may have to do it in the span of maybe 2 months. Anything more than 2 months is you need to revisit that goal. But well, some can take longer than 2 months. But my point is maybe you need to split it into, reasonable goals so that it's sizable and something you can quickly achieve. So whether you want to take a certification, whether you want to start a business, whether you want to start your own YouTube channel, maybe. That was my goal at the beginning of the year. But I've changed. I think I've reoriented things. I felt like YouTube is wonderful, but I don't like to be in front of the camera every single time. Plus, I feel like it's extra. It gave me so much hustle, so much hurdle to overcoming that barrier. And then I just switched it to getting a newsletter. Again, back to something like research, right? I switched it to be able to say that, okay, you know what, I want to start a newsletter series. And every month I publish a newsletter. That has been one of my monthly readings. Not yet, right? So yeah, that could be anything, and it could be, oh, you want to go to school, apply for a graduate school, study abroad, all those things. So those are specific goals that you know that at this month, I know that this is my focus for the month, right? So then this now ties into this other monthly planner, that I had added. So yeah, um, okay, when you maybe duplicate it, you'll be able to see. Yeah, it just pulls from, those things, but it's just like having everything together. So the monthly reading, it shows up here, and then, specific for that month. How you get to say this is in actually, let's duplicate this so it's easier for us to talk through. So when you get this, if you're interested, or like I said, even if you just want to copy it and tell your favorite AI companion to help you do something like that suits your lifestyle, feel free to. How you can do that is, you click on the link from these resources here, and then it comes to this page. Then you click on duplicate. It's a small button. I don't know why Notion did that. Why they didn't make things very explicit. Take it up with them. But this is a very small button, but the button is just here. You will see share, and then you see duplicate. What you're going for is duplicate. So when you say duplicate, it would force you to open a Notion account if you don't have one. If you do have one, to sign you in. I'm copying it into this space. This is something I use for something else, but it's okay. And it's gonna show up. I think this is the one I've copied before. Yeah. So you're going to have something like this in Notion. And this is where you can stop your, you know, like just copy it and leave whatever. Or if you want to continue, that's fine. So you can now change this to whatever you want, change the goals. Hopefully you had this maybe at January or something, or even if you didn't. And then the planner, like I was talking about, is, I've set it to help you to be able to create this like every month. But every month, what you do is that once you create it, you get this redeem that's coming up from, the one you had set in the other page. But for you to change this, you just need to come to the setting, and then you see property visibility, and then you can hide the month you're not looking at, and then unhide the month you're looking at. So let's say we're in August, you hide July, and then unhide August. So that way you focus on August. Right? So that is that for the redeem aspect. And then for the goals, the same thing. Is pulling from all the goals you had set earlier, which is like your master chart. And then you can sort of filter. Yeah, this button is different. You're filtering to the months. So if we're in August as well, again, you just select July and select August. And then to pull all the goals you had set for August alone. So this is just going to help you to just, focus on the particular things you have planned for August. And then there are other aspects you can explore, which are just to-dos. If you like to have your things in one place, and if you want to reach out to people and you just want to write their specific names down. And if you like to journal, you can journal. Yeah. Like I said, this is something you can connect with Claude as well to say, enter my journal, always put it here. I need to put it here. And notable dates as well that you want to remember, kind of thing. So in summary, this is like, maybe your monthly companion if you want. And if you want to replicate that in your, AI companion, just tell it that you want a monthly sort of, yeah, monthly sort of companion. I'll call it like that. Monthly goal system that just helps you to, focus on what you want in a month. And one other thing I wanted to mention and that I also learned throughout the year was that, at the beginning of the year, we said you don't have to have things figured out. When you're like, oh, I don't even know what goals I have at the beginning of the year. It's totally fine. Because one other thing I'm embracing is setting monthly goals. So apart from maybe monthly redeems, but like, oh, what is one thing I want to get done this month, right? That's also one thing I'm embracing, which is I get to the beginning of the month, I'm like, okay, this month I think I want to just focus on this thing and get it done that I've always wanted to do. Like, oh, maybe I've always wanted to, create my website, publish my website, make it really big, make it really nice. And I want to focus on that this month. That may be my one goal for the month. And you can also still come here and just add a new page and write it as a goal that you just focus on. Everything flows back to that master page, which is, yeah. So whatever you create there would show up here. So at the end of the year, you can have everything in one place. I know I've just gone through a lot. But please, if you have questions, you have my email. Feel free to reach out to me. Also, if you have questions now, feel free to raise your hands and I'm definitely going to address them. Okay. So I'll assume questions. And if you have any concerns, if you are, trying this on your own and you have any issues, please just send me an email. I would try as much as possible to respond. But like I said, even if you are not, using Notion, because I know Notion can be a bit of a stretch, I would encourage you can just paste this link, I think, to any of your, favorite AI, and you can tell them, oh, replicate this for me in maybe Excel or in Word documents or in anything, or in Google in Calendar, like Larry says he uses. You can, and it will do that at least to some extent, most likely. So I'm, not saying, oh, stay focused to maybe Notion or something. I'm just saying this is a system that may work for you. If you want to try it, you can, take it however form you want. Okay, so the second to the last bit, almost the last bit of this is the staying intentional aspect, right? I wanted to call it staying accountable, but we sort of just renamed it. But the idea here is that I know that at the beginning of the year, you know, we set accountability partners, we set accountability groups. I know I made a mistake where I should have kept track of the accountability groups themselves. I just felt like, sorry, okay. I just felt like I wanted, people to feel free to connect on their own, take the accountability wherever form they wanted to. But, we all make mistakes in life. So one thing I'm not sure of is, if people stay true to the accountability group, feedback I've gotten, I don't think so. So this time around, I'm trying something a little different, right? What I'm trying is that I'm creating like a sort of accountability system, right? The goal here is that, we create a system that keeps us accountable to each other. I'm not, we are not labeling anybody an accountability partner or anything, but I'm going to sort of share a form. If you are interested, you can fill it with any goal that you want to stay accountable with. It's not like I am the one, going to be holding you accountable and all. It's the system that will hold all of us accountable, including me, right? Because I've tried partners as well and heard that. But we are human beings, so we can feel like, sometimes I don't want to be a little pushy with someone. And sometimes I feel like my accountability partners are really lenient with me when I feel like they should be like, ha, do this. So that's why I'm talking about the system where it's not a human being and it doesn't really care about your feelings, kind of thing. So I'll send out a form and you get to fill, whatever goal that you want focused on. Actually, let me share the form. Not that I will send it out. Let's walk through it together. So, this just says your name and all. And then you just put in one goal that you want to stay committed to achieving before December. If it's like, I want to run a 5K, or I want to maybe start a business, I want to, create, work on this project I've been wanting to work on, right? That's another thing. Or just something that you just feel like you've really wanted to do, especially something that you really, really want to do before the end of December, right? I know that I have one, which is like this and a half I've been trying to work on, and I just keep talking about it with mouth. And I really want to do this, right? And that's something I'm going to add, you know. And then I've added something that, why is the goal important to you? So you think about why it's important to you, and target date and all that. So no, the idea is that you get to feel this, and then every month the system, not me, the system sends you a check-in. It's sort of like an email to just remind you of your goal, and tell you this was the goal you had, and ask just a check-in, sort of just a quick check-in, like 1 minute check-in. Oh, what is the one thing you have done towards this goal? Or oh, sorry, yeah, the phone. Yeah. So it's going to be like a quick check-in of, what is maybe something you have done towards this goal. How have you made any progress at all? That kind of thing. It's not going to be very judgy, just very specific questions to help you quickly sort of reflect. Have you, what's your achievement on the goal? Any challenge you're facing? And the hope is that, you're going to be able to respond to this quick prompt, and it's sort of just gets to give you some sort of nudges, like maybe some sort of reflection, some sort of encouragement, some sort of maybe suggestions on how to push the goal forward. Like, oh, maybe wanted to, um, I wanted to, like I said, maybe create this application, and the idea is just sitting in my head, all those things. The It's able to sort of just give you suggestions. Oh, have you thought about working with this to be able to help you just think through your thought process and all those things? Just quick things, right? Just little nudges, but like I said, it's just someone that doesn't really care about your feelings and will keep poking you, right? But this is a you know give and take kind of thing. An accountability system is not going to be something that somebody's just pushing, pushing, pushing. You have to respond. So, in order not to also feel like, you know, the system is pushing you, because like I said, it's not me, the system. In order to not feel like the system is always just, pushing you, if the system doesn't get a response from you after 2 months, so if we send a check-in in July, and it doesn't get a response, and it says to check in August and it doesn't get a response, it will just assume that maybe you've moved on from the goal, which is fine, right? And would not just stress you anymore. I mean, we can make it 3 months, but the goal here is that we just don't want to overwhelm you. It's okay if your goals change, but want to try as much as possible to have the system that doesn't care about our feelings. I will just try to ensure that it's able to just push us to that finishing line, right? So if you're interested, it's also on the um, it's also part of these resources. You just need to like fill the form with that goal, and then expect that mail every month. Thank you. And to wrap it up, thank you for staying thus far. Thank you so much. And to wrap it up is something I would encourage you to do. I'm going to do that as well. I would encourage you to highly do it, even if you've not written any goals or anything. Just sitting down to write a letter to December you. We call it future you. So yeah, again, there is another prompt, as you can tell. Like I said, see, they are not, I'm not evangelizing any of these platforms. There's no platform. I wrote platforms. You can use any platform you want. You can use Gemini, please. I'm so sorry. It's not like I'm advertising for them. I'm just encouraging you to, you know, be AI, what they call it, AI savvy. Right. So This is also another prompt you can use, and you can feel free to tweak it however you want. You know, just saying, you want to write a letter to your future December self, and yeah, you're going to share, what your media reflection, what reflection you've had, in this place, goals, values, things that you've sort of just readjusted or written down, and also the one goal you're committing to that hopefully you get to fill in the form. And you're now telling it to sort of just write an amazing letter to just celebrate you, right? To, encourage you, to just share you on. So just that you being your own cheerleader, sending that letter into December 31. So the hope here is that regardless of how the rest of this year is going to take you, you know that at least something is going to embrace you at the end of the year to say, hey, you did a good job, well done. Yes, there may be challenges, but I'm hoping there are achievements that you've had and you did a good job, well done, right? I will encourage you to do this. I used to do it. And then there is this platform called Future Me. So again, this is something you reiterate with, your favorite companion, AI companion, and it's going to send you this letter to your future self. And then you can send it actually to your future self. So I have this Future Me. I always use it. I mean, I stopped at some point, but I used to use it then. I used to send myself a birthday message. This was the age where I just felt like people didn't care about my birthday. And I wanted somebody to always send me a birthday message. This is I mean, that was a very selfish reason, but it did work. So every year, like I would send myself a new year birthday message to just, encourage myself to be like, hey, how are you doing? Hey, I know you said you wanted to do this. I hope you're okay. It's okay if it didn't happen. Hope you're doing fine. Please go and get yourself a birthday gift. Literally, these are messages I used to send myself. And then I get to receive this at the particular date, and it's always so nice. Like it's always so heartwarming when you just feel like someone that really cares about you sent you a message, which is you. No one cares about you more than yourself apart from God. So yeah, so this is a platform you can use. I think it's really free. They may ask for without donation or anything. You can donate if you want, but so you just copy whatever message you got from just copy it over here and send it to your future self. So you can see it says deliver in what year. So you can say in 6 months. I think you can send a specific date. So you can say December. Sorry, I just want to be sure I was recording. Okay. You can say December. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to confirm that it was recording because okay. Okay, so you can say December, the 31st. And 2026, of course, try to remember that you choose the right dates, else your letter would not get delivered. And then you put your email, right? Whatever email you want to receive it on, and then you send it to your future. So please do this. It's actually fun. Like I'm probably gonna ask, if you come back again, if price tarries, come back again at the end of the year, I would definitely ask you. It's fun, and yeah, I'm gonna send you the link. Everything is in this place, but I can send the links as well individually. Like everything was so all the things I'm sharing are over here. So this is it, so that you can have everything in one place. But for this specific one, this is it. Yeah. So you see that you don't have to really do so much to just have fun in planning things, right? Go to my AI companion, tell it to, back roll with it. It gives you an amazing thing. You can always update, like copy it here, and voila, you have, a wonderful letter, soothing letter from you yourself to your future you in December 31st. You get to, or you can set it to January 1st, 2027. That's also one other thing. Hey, imagine just getting this nice, sweet letter to yourself. So just tell yourself that, hey, you're doing amazing. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. that kind of thing. Okay. So, yeah, that's my last spiel for today and last resources for today. So, I'm going to probably leave you with this one question so that you can probably go back to doing all these resources and all that, which is how do you want to remember the rest of 2026? I hope and I pray so much that you get to have more and more achievements. You get to be able to just have a better half of the year, regardless of how the first half has gone. It's going to be way 10 times better, in terms of you just achieving goals, reaching milestones, having amazing blessings just come to you. Yes, there may be challenges that come on the way, but I'm just praying that, you have the grace to be able to overcome all those challenges and be able to come out, at the end of the year, a better, brighter, more wonderful aspects of yourself. So, with that, I want to say thank you so much for, joining us today, whether you're joining streaming online or those on the call. You guys are so amazing. Thank you so much for joining. And hopefully I get to see you again. We're gonna do another, whether it's intentional 27, I don't know, wherever the Lord wants it to go. But definitely we'll do another, yearly plan and all those things, most likely in December instead of at the beginning of the year. Regardless, whatever. But anyways, thank you so much. And I'll get to see you again at the other side.